Baby Charles' cow friends saying hi. They're not gonna say much, but wanted to talk to them and some people too on Baby Charles' Happy Apocalypse Podcast. Maestro! Once there was a guy named Baby Taro. That's me. Baby Charles just a little guy, but he asked bitch questions. My dad an insatiable appetite for knowledge. My do. He has got a friend, and his friend's name is Bill. I like Bill. We're gonna visit and talk to Bill's friends. It's gonna be such fun for Baby Taro and you. Once there was a guy named Baby Taro. There still is. And he's got a friend. His friend's name is Bill. You already know this part. We got a podcast called the Baby Taro Happy Apocalypse Podcast. That's a long name, but you don't mind. No, that's okay. That's okay. I hear a horn honking. My thing is Bill. We didn't talk to cows and my friend Corey. We're going to go to Shelburne, Vermont to Bread and Butter Farms. But first we gotta get there. We're in Bill's car right now. Listen to the car sounds. I look out my window and the sun is shining right in my eyes. It's really pretty. But it's kind of cold out. Oh, there's a funny farmer on a sign. We saw a yellow sign that usually has deers, but it was a farmer. Don't hit the farmer. You didn't hit the farmer on a tractor, Bill. Don't hit him.
I'll be very careful. We're going by a farm right now. That's a big...
Toot toot. Oh, look. We'll go to the tractor right there. Oh, then a fire truck. Don't hit the fire truck with a man.
That tractor was for sale.
We didn't buy it.
If you're really good.
Did you hear about the farmer's wife that left him and wrote him a John Deere letter?
Oh, boy. Are you sleepy?
Yeah, might have to doze off. We're here. We're at Bread and Butter Farm.
Yeah, good. We're here. Let's get out of the car now. Let me unbuckle you.
Look outside. You're waving me over, kind of hush. You're a guy with a bucket. What's in the bucket?
Compost.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
yeah, delicious for all the soil microbes.
Ooh, yeah, like worm food maybe.
Yeah, perfect worm food.
Like my gonna be someday.
Like you're gonna be?
Yeah, we're all gonna be worm food, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Yeah, things took a dark turn. What's your name?
My name's Alex.
Hi, Alex. I'm sorry to think about worm food, but didn't help
the full cycle.
Yeah, we're the circle of life.
Yep, that's very true.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, nice to meet you. You go do your composting.
Oh yeah, I will. Thank you. Enjoy the cows.
I hear moo cows. Hi, cows. Hi, Corey. Nice to meet you. You got a lot of cows.
Yes, we do. Here they are.
I heard them go moo. Yeah. Why do they say moo?
Well, they use their voices to communicate to each other, often the mothers to their babies, but also just the whole herd kind of telling each other what's up, where to go, how to be, what's going on, things like that.
But to us it just sounds like moo,
Yeah.
moo, little more moo, and you just go, what are you guys talking about?
Right. Well, and the interesting thing is that every one of their voices is distinct to each other. Like it sounds different to them.
Does it kind of sound different to you or not really? You can be honest.
Not really.
Am not going to tell the cows? Because they listen to us and they just hear blah, 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 exactly. Blah, cow, blah, blah, cow.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Look, they got big horns. Some of them are real horny.
Yeah, they sure are.
What made you want to be a farmer? Did you have, we say your own apocalypse when you see clearly, when you see, mine didn't do this. When did you do that?
Oh man, I was actually pretty young, which I feel really.
That baby Taro?
Maybe you could say that. Like, I think the clarity of being a farmer wasn't till a little bit later, but I was a kid who just wanted to be outside all the time and was like very much connected to animals and the outside world and plants. And I always wondered why humans seemed so removed from the rest of the natural world. And I guess when I got my first job, which was when I was 14, it was on a farm. And that was when like all the light bulbs went off and all the like explosions in my brain.
You did a pow. You did a pow with your hands.
I did a pow, definitely. Yeah. And it was, I mean, literally, I worked there for 7 seasons and I could tell you everything I did on day one because I loved it so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're like, farming life is for me.
Yeah. It was just like a lot of dots got connected and I wanted to recreate that.
Yeah. I see a lot of kids out here that I think they love the outside too.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to kids up on the hill and they were making lunch and I thought, what are you not doing outside?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like not everyone is just immediately drawn to that in that way, but I think like showing that it's possible and you can is really powerful for them. So, and I think that's fine that not everybody is just like that is their calling or drawn to it, but I think that's part of our point is that you can do it, and being part of the natural world and what we call like the environment and wilderness and all that is something that humans are capable of, you know?
My name's Baby Taro. You ever talk to a baby guy? You're like, what? I didn't even see with my hat like that. There you go. What's your name?
Clara?
Hi. Clara, your name's kind of like mine, because mine's Baby Claro. Just kidding. And what's your name?
Freya?
Rhea? You sound like you're asking me. I don't know.
With an F in the
Freya. Oh, I like that name. That's cool. What about you? You look like you don't want to talk to me.
Sammy.
Nice to meet you. It's okay to say hi. What's your name, young man?
Ronan?
Ronan?
Yes. Any other?
And your name? Samantha? I like your hat. What are you guys doing out here with the cows?
We moved them.
Moved them. I see what you did there.
We made that joke.
That's funny. You moved them.
That wasn't supposed to be a joke, but I did do that joke once.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It's okay. What do you like working with cows?
Yes.
Well, especially baby cows. Why?
Because they're adorable.
Yeah, I know they are cute.
Yes, they are very adorable.
Do they do what you want them to do, or sometimes no? Because I saw you moving them around.
They normally do what they want us to do, but sometimes they're a little bit slow when we're moving them in a different place.
Yeah, just like, go cows, you gotta go. And they're like, no, we don't want to move. I'm not doing a cow thing again. That was utterly silly. I'm sorry. Get it? Oh yeah, do a cow sound.
Everybody do your cow sound.
Might have a question for you. How does a dairy farmer keep track of their finances? They use a calculator. I did a joke. What is bread and butter? There's so much going on here.
Totally. Well, we like to call it a community farm. And what we mean by that is a place where you get your nourishment. So that's everything from your food to also then, learning and exploring and being outside and connecting with this beautiful land and each other. And just engaging in community in a lot of ways.
So you're trying to feed your brain and feed your body too.
Yeah, totally.
That's nice. I don't see a lot of farms. I see some farms. What makes your farm special, different? Is it different? Is every farm the same?
Definitely not. I think, we almost don't even it's called Bread and Butter Farm, but we almost don't like using the word farm because there is so much like, oh, a farm is where the humans come in and like till the soil and raise the animals and like make food happen. It's like, well, yes, and we are doing that, but what I'd say what makes us different, like there are other farms doing this too, but what we're really trying to do is like integrate more seamlessly with the natural world while still raising food. So again, like the example with the cows, like letting them live their lives as naturally as they would in the wild. We're trying to do that with everything we do, and not just come in and just be like, all right, where's the fertilizer? Where's the chemicals? Where's the stuff that's just going to like manipulate this land into producing a ton of food that we want to eat? We're trying to be like, okay, what actually wants to grow here? What actually wants to live here? And working with that.
But you'd made a lot of money, maybe, if you came in and said, yeah, chemicals, we're going to feed them a lot of corn and they're going to grow fast and we're going to eat them up.
Yeah. Yep.
But what do you want money for?
Money can be good. And yeah, we make a lot of choices that limit the amount of money we are able to make, but that's okay. Like the point of what we're doing is trying to think, like a baby, trying to think like future babies and future babies and future babies,
yeah.
Right? Like we want to be here forever and do it in harmony with the natural world.
So you got to be good to Mother Earth. You can't just
Exactly.
throw chemicals on Mother Earth.
No. And
say, take it.
no,
Yeah.
totally.
That's nice. So other people can come and enjoy. And
Yeah.
other cow families can grow.
Yeah.
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 We got an idling tractor over here.
And would you like to ask Laura a couple questions at some point?
Sure.
She might be busy right this minute.
Yeah, she might be busy now. Look at this guy smelling the butt. Look, what is your nose in there?
Baby Carl, this is Laura.
Hi, Laura. My name's Baby Taro. I got a joke for you. What did the farmer say when she couldn't find her tractor?
Where's the tractor?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, those guys are getting randy.
They are, yeah.
Oh, but that's a lady cow on another lady cow. Oh, they kind of like fighting a little.
They sometimes they still jump on each other when the other one is in heat. They all know and they're all getting excited about it.
That's how it makes Baby Taro excited.
It makes baby Carl excited.
Not in the wrong way.
Okay, that's good.
What are you doing now? You were moving stuff in your thing with your stuff and the tractor. What were you doing?
I was just putting some wood chips down because there was one spot that was really wet, so I was making the spot not so wet with all the wood chips. And now
So they can walk there?
so that they can walk there and lay down there and that the hay doesn't get wet.
That's nice. You're nice to the cows.
I try to be.
Yeah, do you love them?
I do.
Do you have a favorite cow? Do you have to tell Baby Taro?
I have I like this one steer Rascal.
Is he a rascal?
He's sometimes he's a rascal.
Sometimes Baby Taro's a rascal, and then might go running.
That's good.
Look at these little guys. They're like baby cows.
There are baby cows. They were born this year,
It's just like Baby Taro. Maybe.
just like baby Taro.
Yeah. Look, that guy's wearing a hay hat. That's a great hat, buddy.
A pretty good hat. They like to wear jewelry and hats and
They're fancy cows. They're cows about town, they are. I love your cows. I'll let you get back. You gotta do tractoring now?
I am going to do a little bit more tractoring.
These are beautiful animals, and our friend Laura loves them. And yet, when they get a certain age, they go away and become hamburger.
They're gonna eat the cows?
We might have lunch today that has some of the cows from the last time there were cows here. So, yeah, this is a cycle of. Have you heard about the cycle of life?
Yeah, I was talking about it with the compost guy.
Yes, well, I mean, this is part of the cycle of life. The cows eat grass, and then we eat the cows.
Yeah, but they're happy. They're happy
They're
now.
very happy. Yes, they're very happy, and they're very well cared for. And then the time comes when they go away, and they come back looking very different.
On a bun.
On a bun, yes.
When you get to know these cows, and then you think, time for someone's time to be up. Does that make you sad?
Yes, and also really proud.
Oh,
Like-
you gotta explain that.
Yeah, like there's like a sadness and an honoring of them, and also just like a pride in knowing that like we're all part of this cycle, and that I'm really proud to have like helped raise them and give them a really good life, and also then feed that to myself and to my family and to those kids, and keep that cycle going.
Yeah, it's okay. They can't just be cows living here forever.
Well, we're all going to die, right? So like that's like something I like to think about, and because it's not something that we talk a lot about is death, and I think we're like kind of scared of dying and death, and yet it's the thing that brings us all together,
Yeah,
because it's the thing that we all do.
compost. We're gonna be worm food. My son's a
So, yeah.
compost guy. I get it.
Yeah, so I think it's okay. I think it's like a way, like all of the death that happens on the farm, which is every single day, there's that cycle's happening. I think gives us a chance to like reflect on and think about our own journey here, and just being part, again, another way for us to be like part of that whole natural cycle. I think that's good.
Yeah.
One of the best things about what we do is that we, like I said earlier, like every night at dinner, my family and I get to look at our plate and see this food that we were part of raising, and that's so connective and beautiful for us, and like and nourishing, both like literally like the nutrients in there, but also just like knowing that we were part of those animals' lives and the plants. So
And you were nice to them.
and we were super nice to them. And I'd say what that means is not like, oh, we scratch their head and brush them or anything like that. We actually don't do that. We let them live their lives as they would if they were wild and in a wild herd, and let them just behave like they would as a wild herd. So
you don't pet the cows?
no,
No.
that's
That's okay. They don't want to be pet, baby.
no. Well, I think they wouldn't mind it if they got used to us scratching. They're not gonna like not like it. But what I think they really like is being respected to be like a wild creature,
Let a cow be a cow.
which means they get to live their life as they would. They get to stay with their family, all of their family. So we call it a grandmother centric herd. So there's grandmothers and great grandmothers and great great grandmothers and aunts and sisters and all of that who are raising all these young, and they get to stay together. We never separate them. We let the moms wean their young when they're ready to be weaned. We don't take the young ones at 3 months or 6 months and move them over here and put the males over here and do all that. We literally keep, so that herd that you saw, that's like a one big giant family, which is what a herd would be out in the wild.
They might like the family.
Yeah.
They seem to like each other.
Yeah. And they also reprimand each other, and they also like teach each other, and especially like the male bulls, the older bulls will kind of do these training sessions with the young bulls where they'll kind of beat up on them, but not enough to hurt them. But then they like spend 15 minutes grooming each other once they've had their little training session. And
Like a school.
yeah, right.
doing a
It's just
school, like-
life. They're just living life,
Yeah.
you know? And we let them live life. And so I think they like that better than, being treated like a pet,
Or a piece of a machine.
Yeah. Right.
That some farms do, maybe.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think just it's like a mindset switch of like reminding ourselves that, like, kind of removing ourselves from this. I mean, yeah, we ultimately here as the farmers are making decisions of like, when do we choose this animal to send it off to be beef? Like, that's a big choice, right? And that's big, and we are in control of that. But also, like, up until that point, they are part of this farm and this ecosystem, in a way that it feels equal to us, feels equal to the rabbits out in the woods, to the microbes in the soil, to the plants, to the trees. It's like all kind of connected. And they're doing that work. Like we call them the master gardeners. Like they're the ones like roaming 600 acres. Yeah, they're really the ones. Like they're roaming 600 acres all year long, munching as they go, pooping and peeing as they go, interacting.
It's sort of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, poop.
They do a lot of pooping.
I saw cow poop.
A lot, right?
Yeah. My dad had on my little baby boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some patties.
Yeah.
No, so it's like a cow's farm and you guys just live here.
Well, we're one of the species that lives here.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So the cows eat the grass
Mm-hmm.
and then they get big and then they poop on the grass. And that helps the grass grow because I don't know why. Why does that help the grass grow?
Well, this is my favorite thing to like visualize with it. So they poop, and then within hours, even their patties get kind of infiltrated with bugs and insects and microbes that take up home there, right?
Like, oh, a new warm home.
Yeah, warm and got some
Stinky.
good stuff in it. And so one of my favorites is the dung beetle, appropriately named, and it will take a chunk of that dung and then it will like wiggle itself down below the ground, like sometimes upwards of like a foot or more. And then they kind of like throw up or like regurgitate
I've been
the
eating
dung,
poop.
right?
Yeah.
And then they're like literally delivering it to the roots of the plants. And then those roots are like, ooh, food. And then that stimulates those grasses, and then the grass is actually going to grow even better. So it's pretty cool. As long as like we as the humans who are like allowing them to have their space, give them enough space, right?
Don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up, right? Because then they know not to overgraze. Overgrazing can be not good for those plants, but they keep moving. They only graze like 1/3 of the grass that's out there, and then they keep going. Just like a
they're
wild elk
smart.
herd or bison herd, they just know because they are connected,
Yeah.
you know?
My friend out there working with the hay, she said the cows are smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're totally smart. I think all creatures are smart. They're all adapted so beautifully to be in balance. You know, I think we humans are really smart,
You did rabbit ears.
but
Yeah.
we forget how
Cool.
to be connected to the natural world. And so I don't think we're always necessarily the smartest or the most like in tune with our instincts. And so we're learning from the cows and from the wild animals and from the plants and the trees and all of it.
And you got that all right here on the farm.
Yep.
I love cows so much, I made a song for the cows. You want to hear it? Sure you do. Cows, I love cows, because they're such beautiful creatures, just like you and just like baby Taro. Look at their loving eyes. Numb-nimes, cows are silly, and numb-nimes they're not. But in the end they become neat. It's kind of interesting to love the creature you're gonna eat. Baby Taro didn't do a dance. I didn't do a tap dance. I didn't put on my little tap dancing shoes. And I didn't treat the cows to a little tap dance from my loving feet. Woo! Look at the baby Taro go. You never seen anything like this. My tap dancing. Check it out. Try to keep up, people. Shuffle ball change. Flap, pull back. Cows, I love cows. Baby Taro love loving cows. Because they're such beautiful creatures. Just like you and just like baby Taro. My new friend Raina, she was putting scallions together.
Mm-hmm.
Just a kind of onion.
Yep.
Because she said it was nice to have green stuff in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, was kale in there, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spinach, cilantro.
Oh, yeah, she's going to cover the kale, spinach up in nighttime and make it cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said to put a blanket on.
Yeah.
Night, spinach.
Yeah. Put him to bed.
Yeah, tuck him in. That's nice. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Raina.
I went and did some sound of the onions. Just that makes a little bit of sound. What are you doing? What are you doing with them?
I'm bunching some scallions.
I thought they were onions, but that's a different name for onions, right?
Yeah, they're like a small onion. Some people call them bunching onions.
Just that's what you're doing. You're bunching them.
Yes, exactly.
It kind of looks like a man with funny hair when you hold it like that.
That's
the
true.
roots.
Yeah, it's like I'm giving them a haircut.
I just need to cut the hair?
Yeah.
I want to get sound of that.
Oh, not quite yet. Almost.
You cut my hair! And then what do they taste like? They taste like onions?
Yeah, they taste similar to onions. People use them like a garnish on dishes.
Garnish means to make fancy? Or to garnish your wages, take money away.
Top of things to add some extra flavor.
Mr. Spot. You like Baby Taro and quality control here?
Yeah.
Is that good? Yeah. You gonna do this all day?
No, hopefully not.
You know, out of your mind?
It's a slow process.
Yeah, but somebody gonna be happy to say, hey, my dad a bunch of scallions. My dad a bunch.
Yes.
Thanks to Raina.
Yes, hopefully. It's a special thing in the winter to have green things, too.
Can you think of a time when you do what you do and you think, oh, yeah, this is why I do what I do? One time you love your job?
Oh, gosh. Wow. Well, that's...
My being the big questions.
Yeah. I mean, kind of every day I have those moments. Like when I eat my dinner with my family and it's like everything on our plate was raised here. We talk about that and that's like, wow, this is why, you guys. And or when I'm like just something as simple as like being out on a gorgeous day and walking through the pastures and just look at the herd and doing their thing, and I think about kind of their role and then the soil and then the trees and then the hawk that flies over and with the kids. Like the reason why my focus has gone more towards like working with kids in the last few years especially is because I just am so excited about kids and people of all ages, like having those opportunities to connect.
You want it for other people. You want to say other people, this is great.
Totally.
Get out of the cubicle.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time.
Kinda. Yeah.
Pushing paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do that, baby Carl?
Do I push paper?
Yeah.
No.
Good.
No. I don't talk to people. Yeah, my thing might not. Hey, you're interviewing me. How'd you do that? I love just talking and learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and you got kids here that learn. They learn all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a regular school though every day, or is it a sometimes school? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a sometimes school. So it's kids that are technically homeschooled, but then they come here with us for 3 of those days a week.
Where are we going now, Bill?
We're going to go up and look at some of the guilds that they have where they learn how to make fire without matches and how to carve bowls and other cool things with knives and wood.
I thought Gil was on a fish.
No, a guild is a old-fashioned word for a community of people who do a certain thing. They make iron. They make watches. I don't know. They make things, and they're called a guild.
Oh, that sounds fun. Well, let's go.
I think I'm lost already. Wait, where are we? Here we go.
Last old man in the woods. What are we gonna do? What are you guys doing?
we're cooking like soup with beef topped on it. It's probably gonna be good, I assume. Hopefully.
And what are you doing?
Peeling or scooping meat out of squash.
Squash meat. Yeah, you can call it that, sure. And what are you doing? Same thing?
Yeah, just scooping it all out. Just all that meat.
Did it get cooked? It looked like it got cooked somehow.
We're making butternut squash soup.
No, it's very uncooked actually.
And then you're gonna cook it?
Oh, it is cooked.
Okay, that's up for debate. Now, are you guys in school right now? What's going on?
This
It's
is
village school.
It's the cooler school.
You look like you're chopping an onion with a sharp knife, but you know what you're doing. Yeah?
Yes, I do. Kind of, yeah.
Can you tell me your name?
I'm August.
Hi, August.
I'm Tavi.
Hi, Tavi.
I'm Eli.
Hi, Eli. I was gonna do that for all you guys. August, Tavi, Eli making soup. And what's your name?
I'm Colleen.
Hi, Colleen. What do you do here?
I'm a mentor at Village School.
You gotta describe for me what we see? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can try. We're in a little structure called Base Camp, and it's made just out of like sticks, and there's like a clear plastic covering over the roof so that when it rains or snows, we have some shelter. Yeah, do any of you want to add how to describe this shelter?
So it's like we have our little wood shed over there, which has all of our tools, our wood, for starting this fire right here in the middle. We have this little dishwashing station with a lot of plates and like what we use to clean our dishes when we're done with our meals. And it's just kind of like made out of like kind of really big tree branches or like maybe some small trees even.
A tarp over the top.
Yeah, and then there's like tarp that's not very clear anymore.
And a fireplace right in the middle where we cook all of our food while we're making lunch.
Ooh, what's that sizzling? Is that one of those cows that Baby Taro met?
Yeah, that's one of the cows.
It doesn't look like a cow.
I know, it's ground up beef.
We slaughtered it.
The inside of a cow.
So you cut a cow open and you see that?
Well, you have to grind the meat first into small pieces, then make it into a patty.
So the cow ate some hay and grew big and strong, and then you guys said, hey, let's eat the cow, and then you ground it up, and now you're going to put it on a bun?
No. We're gonna put it in soup.
August,
Oh, yeah. I just...
thank you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my God.
That was a problem. Tell me what happened.
Oh, there's smoke in my eye? Oh, okay. I got a ton of smoke in my eye, and I couldn't see anything, so I, like, dropped it, and then...
I think that was a bad problem, though. What went over? What was that?
So, like, basically, there was, like, water in it and stuff, and I tried to put it on the rock, but the rock wasn't very balanced. And the smoke was in my eye, so I, like, kind of panicked.
And what was the water for?
Soup, yeah, definitely.
Ah, so what are you going to do now?
Okay, try again.
Yeah. What? Am I in the circle? No, I didn't do anything. People seem happy, but I'm just confused. Something bad happened, but you guys don't seem sad.
Oh, nothing bad happens. Things like this happen. You just fix it.
It's December, and I thought we would have some snow, and I just see grass. What's going on with that? Why we got no snow?
So, yeah, I started learning about this notion of climate change and like understanding what role humans have in it versus just sort of like overall big picture geologic time. And I think it's really interesting to like think like what we clearly do have a role in it with all of our industry and our big agriculture and all our cars and airplanes and all that. So we are affecting it and impacting it. in probably a lot of negative ways. And also, like, I feel I started worrying about it at a pretty young age, and I've come at this point in my life of feeling like, yeah, it's something we need to worry about, and part of what drives me to do the work that I do. And also I worry about continuing to put down these like big, heavy worries onto
Yeah, it's like wishing
kids.
for something bad to happen.
Yeah. And ourselves,
And to
like
have
people are,
kids.
some people are like, oh, we shouldn't put this on our kids. I'm like, yeah, that's true. And also maybe shouldn't put it on ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
not to say that we should just live willy-nilly in the world. Like we should understand this stuff and how our impact and make policy change and do the work to like try to steer us in the right direction. And also like, it's a big, heavy stuff to be like holding. And is that serving us to like hold all that big, heavy stuff? So it feels to me like we're here in this life. Let's like have fun with it, work hard, take it seriously, and like be light and, live our lives just like the cows.
Yeah. I saw people having fun with it when they were making lunch, and they had a mishap.
Uh-oh.
And they spilled the water, and it put the fire out. And all they did was they knew it was bad, but they laughed.
That's good.
Colleen was laughing with them too.
Uh-oh, yeah.
And the girl, she felt bad, and they just fixed it.
Yeah, it happens, right?
We could just fix the climate like that.
Maybe. I mean, if
we had to do the right thing.
Yeah. Well, cows get a bad rap around the climate thing, and that's really hard for me because I see them as part of the solution.
Oh, but tell me why.
Yeah.
So it's when they have their gas.
Yeah. So
when they do toots.
When they do toots, people talk about their toots, but what people don't talk about is that there's actually bacteria and microorganisms in the soil that are designed to absorb that. So it's basically like, again, when they're allowed to live the way they should and in connection to the earth and the planet, they are a net positive for our planet, just like all ruminant species are. And their job is to integrate with the plants and the soil and the microbes and the trees and the other wild species to build soil. And that's what the wild bison did, and all the wild elk herds and the ancestors to the cattle. That's what they did. And that's why we had like 16 feet of topsoil in this country before we turned it into the breadbasket. And just extracted.
The bread and butter basket.
Maybe not.
The bread basket.
Yeah, just like extraction,
Yeah.
agriculture, right? And we're now like, oh, it's the cow's fault. It's like, no, the cattle species, ruminant species, actually did all that work to build all that, and we took them off the farm. We started using tractors to till, and we started growing annual crops year after year, pulling all that, just pulling annuals. And all what they pull out of the soil off the land every year after year, erosion, chemicals, the whole thing. And it's like, wait a second, why don't we just learn from the way things were, go back to that model where things were actually really healthy. Water was clean, air was clean, the soil was deep, and plants and animals were abundant.
You said a fancy word, ruminant.
Yeah.
Ruminant species. What is that?
So ruminants are part of a mammal group, and they're animals like cows who have a multi-chambered stomach, and they're designed to eat grass and pasture species and plants, essentially. And again, they're kind of like that keystone species with the grasslands, just like the wild bison. So yeah, that's that group of animals that's the work they do, and that's what they're designed to do.
And they chew their cud.
They chew their cud, yeah.
I saw a cow. He was just chewing.
Yeah.
And I also saw one of the cows. He had big antlers, and he went in for the hay, and he got hay down in his antlers. He was wearing a fancy straw hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
You should have seen them. They all broke out of that area that you saw them in last week, and they went north.
They went to town.
They were headed towards town, and they traveled across the biggest burdock field you've ever seen.
Burdocks nasty.
And they came out, I'm not kidding, they look like lions. They had like burdock rings around their head. It was like a foot thick of burdock.
Yeah.
And they just like stood there with this like headdress of burdock, and I posted a picture of them, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, should we come help? We can help. And I was like, no, guys, they can deal with it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, within like a couple days, it was all gone. They just scratched it off, and it just like sloughed off.
They took some selfies first, Mother.
Yeah.
Check me out, guys. Do you have to worry about them interbreeding? Are they going to breed with their own family?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, my God, lots of them.
That's a good question that people wonder about and are curious about. And, you know, in the wild system, that would be what would happen all the time. And their herds would have
like royalty.
Yeah, I guess. Their herds would be, you know, have like sub herds that would kind of come together, move apart and come together. So and those were much bigger. So there would be a lot more opportunity for like spreading out genetics. So that is something that in our context, we do have, because our herd's not as big as one of those wild ruminant herds, we do have to periodically bring in a new bull or a couple new bulls just to keep that genetic difference happening. But it's okay, like certain levels of relations, okay.
Yeah.
It actually can work to your advantage because you're like promoting, you know, just like out in the wild, you're promoting qualities that do well in your environment and have survived and have thrived. So those are good qualities to continue on.
Thanks for talking to me, Corey. It was fun.
Thank you.
Well, that was nice. I might talk to my new friend, Corey, here at the farm. Am I gonna get buckled? Am I gonna go home? You gonna buckle me, Bill?
You can buckle yourself.
Just a little guy. I dropped my soda. I can't have a soda in your car.
All over the place.
Am I have my drink
Well,
in your car?
I never said no drinks. I just said no snacks, so I guess so.
Next time on Baby Tarl's Happy Apocalypse podcast, I'm gonna meet a nun. You think Baby Tarl kidding? No, Baby Tarl not kidding. I'm gonna talk to Sister Gail. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have another road trip. We're going on a road trip. A road trip. We're going on a road trip, Bill and Baby Taro. We're gonna ask people about their apocalypses. We're going on a road trip. Bill and Baby Taro, we're gonna ask people all kinds of questions. And you're invited. We're going on a road trip. A road trip. We're going on a road trip, Bill and Baby Taro. And you're coming too. Baby Tarl's Happy Apocalypse podcast was recorded in front of a live audience. Just kidding. It was created and produced by Bill Vitak and Doyle Dean. All songs by Doyle and Bill. Support was provided by the New Perennials Project at Middlebury College in Vermont. Maybe Taro been to Vermont. You can learn more at newperennials.org. Thanks for listening to Baby Tarl's Happy Apocalypse podcast. Now I'm gonna tap dance. Ooh, watch my baby legs go.